Hey, this is Lynn Huber, and I am going to teach you today I'm going to show you and walk you through how to use a super easy and completely free software that will allow you to share your screen when you're doing a Facebook Live in your Facebook groups or your Facebook pages, and even if you're trying to do a webinar. So the program we're going to use is called Open Broadcaster Software. And you can find it at obsproject.com, like OBS, like Open Broadcaster Software Project.com. I'll put a link to that below the video too. But you'll need to download and install this program on your computer. And as you can see, there's a Windows, a Mac, and a Linux version, so whatever you need. I have a Mac, so I would click on Mac, and then it's going to give me that option to either open it or save it. If I open it, it will install. Or I can save it. If you're on a PC, it just depends on your computer. You might have an option to install it right away, or you might have to save it. If you save it, make sure you know where you're saving it to, like maybe put it on your desktop or in your downloads folder so that you can find it again, double click on it to install it. I'm not going to install it because I already have it on my computer. So when you go through the installation, it's going to ask you if you want to do the auto configuration or manual. Go ahead and do auto, and it's going to ask you things like bitrate and speed and resolution. Just go ahead and accept all the defaults. You can always go back and change them later, but for the most part, the defaults are perfect for what you need. So go ahead and get it set up and ready to go. So this is the program right here. And I'm not going to go into every little detail about this, but because it's open software that's created by a whole bunch of programmers and it's free, you're going to find tons of training videos on YouTube or on the OBS website. So you can, it's amazing. This thing can do some pretty fancy stuff, but I'm just going to show you how to share your screen. So the way this works is you're going to have scenes down here at the bottom, left-hand side. You've got scenes, and then you've got sources. So your scenes are going to be what you want on the screen, and you'll set up like multiple scenes, and then you have to add the sources to them, which is going to be like video or audio or whatever you want to add, your PowerPoint, whatever. And this is going to make a lot more sense when we get going. So the first thing I'm going to do is add a scene. So I'm going to click on the plus sign, and I'm going to click on a new one, and I'm going to call this one Lynn Video, because this one's going to be just me in the video, okay? So I have the scene there. Now I need to add sources. And so because we're just going to be displaying my face, we're going to click the plus sign under sources, and we're going to click on video capture device. And then you can just leave the default. You can call it whatever you want, or you can just leave it as video default and click OK. And then it asks you which one, and I only have one camera. So there's me, there you go. So I have one camera. If you have more than one, you can choose which one you want and click OK. And see, so now it's put your video up here. You can resize it, you can move it around, or you can right click on it or control click if you're on a Mac. And you can click on transform and fit to screen. So now we have me full screen basically here. And so we have my video, but now I need audio so people will be able to hear me. So I'm going to go down here and I'm going to click the plus again, and I'm going to put audio input capture. And you can just leave it as audio input capture and click OK. And then I'm going to use built-in microphone. And most likely that's probably what you're going to use too. Built-in microphone. But I'm on a Mac, and Macs handle things differently when it comes to audio. It will on this audio input, your built-in microphone, it will only pick up what you're speaking into it, or whatever's coming through the microphone. But if I want to pick up anything from the website, like if it was a YouTube video or whatever, I need a second one. And you aren't going to need this more than likely. If you're on a PC, for sure you're not going to need it. It's only a Mac thing. And I watched through a video on the OBS website to learn how to do this. And if you need to know how to do that, you can click here under the Quick Start Guide. It's all under there. But so I had to add I had to download a plugin and add a second audio input. But so for me, I'm going to do another input capture, and I'm going to use existing. I'm going to use my microphone too. That way it's going to pick up if I have like a YouTube video or something. Like I said, this isn't going to probably even apply to you. And I wouldn't even worry about it unless it turns out you need it, right? So that's our first scene. That's just us that's me talking. And now they have you can see that it has this mic auxiliary and mic auxiliary 2. The 2 is nothing, it's not picking up anything because there's nothing playing on the website. But now we need to figure out your next scene, right? So now we're going to create another scene. And now you can do this. You can like share a PowerPoint presentation, or you can share a web page, or whatever you want. And so I'm going to do a drawing. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to call this Lynn with, you could do whatever you want. So Lynn with drawing, with web page, okay? Like it can be whatever you want it to be. You just want to make it clear so you know what it is. So now we're on that scene. We need to add a source for that because we don't have any sources on that. So we're going to click on add, and we're going to do the video capture because I want my face in there. But now I can do add existing, and I can choose that video capture device. So obviously there you go. That's in there. You can move it around. You can make it big. I'm just going to drop it down here in the corner. And I'm going to go ahead and add my audio input capture, add existing. I'm going to use my regular mic, and I'm going to add another one, audio, and I'm going to add my second mic. There we go. So, okay, so I've got my mics added, and now we need to add the drawing wheel. So I bet you probably already know this, but we're going to add the plus button. Now, before you do this, you need to make sure it's open. And I actually, you know, when you're in your browser, like it has tabs, right? And you probably want this to be in a separate window. It just makes things easier. So if I go up here and I go to window, I actually have a separate window that I have my wheel of names. You could use the browser tab, and you can move in between those browser tabs from your video. That's fine too. But it's just nice to have it on a separate window, because then when I go to add it, I can add just that window and not everything else. And then I don't have to go through all these tabs to find it, right? So, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click on plus, and there's lots of things you can do. You can add the whole browser, so you can like show everything. So you can click through all your tabs. You can add an image, you know, you can do all kinds of things, but I'm going to go ahead and add window capture. And I'll just, well, I can call it wheel of names. Then I know what it is, right? And I'm going to click OK. And then this has everything that's open on my computer. And so we're going to go to Firefox, and it has actually, see, wheel of names, because I have it on a separate window rather than a separate tab on the window, right? I hope that makes sense. So now I have my wheel of names. So it's opened up full screen, which is perfect. You could adjust this. You can make it bigger or smaller or whatever you want. I think it's great leaving it full screen. But as you can see now, my video is behind it. See that? So if you just think of these as layers, like you're laying things on top of each other, that's what these are here under the sources. So my video capture device is at the bottom. So I want to move it up. There you go. So now it's up above my wheel of names, see? And there you go. And let's see. So that's what it's going to look like. I have my wheel of names. I have my my mic in there. I have my video in there. So it's all ready to go. And then after you're done doing your drawing or whatever, then if you want to go back to just literally you can just go back and forth between these scenes. But if you wanted to, you could right click or control click on this. If you're on a Mac, you can duplicate and then like call this Lynn video 2. So now I have another one, and I can edit that, or I can, but really I don't need it. So I'm going to click the minus button to take it out, and I can just go back and forth. And if I wanted to, I could create another scene that maybe has a PowerPoint on it. So it just depends, whatever you want to do with whatever you're going to do with your live, right? And there's also transitions. You see how when I transition, it kind of fades? That's what this is here, scene transitions. So I could do cut, which means it'll just go boom, boom. It doesn't fade at all, boom, boom, right? Or I can fade it. I can do how fast or how slow I want. So if I want to do 100 milliseconds, see how that is really fast? Or I could do, oh gosh, like a 1,000 milliseconds. So see, that's a lot slower. See that? See the transition? I think I'll leave this at 300 because that's the default. That seems pretty cool. That works. Okay. So that's our fade. And so now you're pretty much ready to go. So now we're going to go to your Facebook. Now I don't know how well this is going to work because I'm online already and I'm recording. I got my video recording all kinds of stuff here. But you're going to go to your Facebook. So you can go in your group or your page or whatever. I have this private test group that I created. It's just a group that I created that I test stuff in. It only has me and Richard in it, and it's private and hidden, which means nobody can find it. But this is something I can practice in, I can play around in, right? So we're going to do it in here so that nobody else is going to see it. And I'm going to go here, just like I'm going to create a post. I'm going to click on the dots and click on live video. Now, Facebook changes all the time, so, you know, things might look different when you're looking at this again, okay? So keep that in mind. But instead of using camera, I'm going to use stream key. And then right here, it has the stream key, and I can copy that. Click on copy. Now I'm going to go back to my OBS program, and I'm going to go to settings over here on the right-hand side, and I'm going to click on stream right here. And under the stream key, if I like double click on that, it'll select everything, and I would delete it, and then I would paste in there. I think I can just go edit. Oh, well, you know what? So it'd be like Control V. Control C is copy, and Control V, if you're using the keyboard, is paste. And so you just paste it in there. Okay, so I copied it. Go back. I copied it from here. I actually deleted everything in here just to make sure it's clean, because you don't want to have, it's got to be right on, and then Control V or Command V if you're on a Mac to paste it, okay? So I click on OK. Now go back to your live, and you're going to name it My Live, and then you can say something about it if you want. Let's see how this works. Okay, so we've got all that. Now see, it's waiting for live video. So we're going to go back to our program, and we're going to click on start streaming. So it's and can you see on Facebook it's saying connecting live video, waiting for live video. I don't know how well this is going to work. Okay, there we go. We got the live video. Now it's going to be, you know what? It's like, keep in mind, there's going to be a lag. It's like really slow. People on the other end, they don't see your original, so they don't see that. But if you're looking at it, it can be confusing. So I keep my video, my OBS, right in the middle right here, so it's not in the way. And I go down here, and I'm going to click on Go Live. Because we started streaming, right? We started streaming, and now we're going to click on Go Live. So now we're going live on Facebook. I keep this in the front so it's not bothering me, right? And we are, okay, we're live. So right here you could see the comments if there was any comments, so you could comment, you could respond or whatever, you can see those comments. And you're gonna do your live. Okay, so now I've talked and I said, hi, I'm Lynn, and I'm gonna do my drawing. I'm so excited. We see who won today, right? So then we're gonna click our scene, and we're gonna go to the Lynn with web page, right? And you're gonna have to get, you know, like you're gonna have to learn to go back and forth unless you have a separate monitor, because you're going to have to go back to your web page in order to make this happen. But so, okay, so we have our spinning wheel here, and we're going to go back to my web, and I'm going to go to Window and my Wheel of Names, and I'm going to click it because now I'm ready to go. I'm going to click it. I'm going to go back to my OBS, and you're going to see that it's going to go slow, but it's going to go, and it's going to pick a winner. Congratulations, we have a winner, Nancy. So, hey, I have a winner, you know, hey, congratulations, Nancy, blah, 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 right? So now I've done my drawing. Maybe it was a PowerPoint presentation I was doing, and I would scroll through the PowerPoint, right? Because you would not do that from in here. You would have to go back to that window right here. You'd have to go back to whatever that window was. But then you're all done, and then you're going to go back to your scene, that's Lynn video, and you're going to go, okay, thank you everybody for being here. Thank you for entering our drawing. I'm so excited. We had a winner. I don't remember who won. But anyway, you know, blah, blah, blah. And now you're done. And so now you're going to go back to your window with your Facebook Live. and you're going to click on End Live Video and End Live Video, and go back to your OBS and stop streaming. Okay, so the video went weird in there, but I think it's because I'm online six different times trying to show you guys how to do this. But it really, you know, it's really not as hard as it's looking. Once you learn how to work these buttons and how to push and how to go back and forth between the screens, if you have a second monitor, it makes things a lot easier. But you can do it on one. You just have to learn to go back. And you know what? So if this is overwhelming, you might have to watch this video a couple of times. You can pause it. You can, you know, rewind. You can do whatever until you're comfortable. And then you can go back here and you can set up a private Facebook group. Like this is my Lynn's private test group. And there was my live, see? So there was my live. So you can go in here, you can like go into your private test group. You can practice as much as you need to until you're comfortable with it. And then you can go live in your VIP group or wherever you want, or your team group, right? Just remember that if you have a private test group, to set it up as private and hidden, then nobody will be able to see it. It's not something that will ever be seen. It's only for you, your eyes only, right? And so it's just getting used to how this all works. So that's it. That's what I have. I hope that you found this helpful. Like I said, there's lots of training videos on YouTube. Just search for Open Broadcast Software right here, Open Broadcaster Software. Or you can even go here and they have a blog and help, and there's all kinds of training here. But I think YouTube will probably give you plenty of what you need to learn how to use this. I mean, it's just amazing, some of the things you can do. So that's what I have. If it ever doesn't work, check your stream settings. You know, make sure you get your stream settings from your Facebook, and it has to be new settings every time. So that's settings and stream, and it goes in here, that stream key, okay? And so if it doesn't work, that's probably the problem. And that's it. So you should be good to go. So thanks for being here with me today. I hope you found this helpful. I can't wait to see all the live videos you're going to be doing. Anyway, have a great day, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.